All right. Good morning. Happy Monday. Monday is the most important day of the week uh, for those of you in trucking. Let me just fire everything up. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Are, can you see me okay? Can you hear me okay? Today we have a few small challenges. I left the microphones at home, so the Facebook and TikTok is gonna be less than ideal when it comes down to audio. Let me see. Do we have something here? All right. Oh, that's a phone. That's my phone right there. All right. All right, guys. Monday is the most important day of the week for owner operator. Every owner operator, no matter what. So everyone is asking when owner operators are calling and inquiring how you pay, how much you pay, what do you offer, and so on. For the most part, the most important question obviously is how much money can I make. So here's your perfect answer. How much money you can make? A lot. However, if you do not leave on Monday, if you do not hit the road on Monday, your chances of hitting the number that I'm probably going to tell you is going to be less than ideal. And then obviously, then it depends on everything else. What do you guys do once you on the road? Because there is two different things. One one thing is to be on the road, and another thing is to be on the road making money. So that's that. All right. While we're still waiting for people to kind of check in, man, I messed up YouTube. I think something is not quite right there because I see two live upcoming streams. Hmm, interesting. If anybody can comment on the YouTube to let me know that you guys can hear me and see me, okay, Sanders, thank you. So, can you hear me? Okay. But by the way, if anybody is on the Facebook or TikTok, I would appreciate if you gave me some feedback on how does it sound, because today we do not have microphones for these two platforms, so it's probably going to be less than ideal audio. However, you know, it doesn't matter what an audio is. It's the information that you guys get. All right. So let's go over some questions that we received this past weekend on our social media, and hopefully that's gonna help you guys also to click on live again. Okay. All right. So I guess it's working right now. Whatever that was. Let me double check again. Man, I see two live streams showing upcoming and one live. So hopefully people see that. I'm just I'm really afraid to go there and delete it. Hold on. No. That's because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to end up your channel. All right, now I see live and upcoming. Well, We'll see what's up with this. All right, let's go back to the questions. By the way, a couple of people watching. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you very much. All right. By the way, today we're talking about owner operator tracking. This is what we do. My name is Mike. I'm Voyager Nation. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're looking for a good quality information for owner operators who are looking to improve their business, make more money, make more educated decisions, that all going to lead to making more money. And I believe you guys all in this business for the money. It's only when you become lazy then you start becoming, like, oh no, man, I'm not here for money. I'm just here, this is my lifestyle, kind of like a biker type of vibe. But for whatever reason, I'm not really buying it. I think it's still all about the money. All right, so why are Florida drivers always complaining? That's probably your dispatcher left that comment. I don't know, man. I think there is very little to complain about Florida. Really, I think it's a beautiful state. You know, every time you're home, you can hit the beach. Even in the winter, you're probably not gonna be, swimming a lot in the winter, but at least the beach, that's a good thing. Fishing, boating, all the good stuff. Uh, the freight obviously is less than ideal coming out, but if your dispatcher knows what he or she is doing, you will get refunded for all your losses coming out on your way into Florida. So I don't know. I think most important thing is stop complaining, hit the road, start making money, and there is gonna be no time to complain. It's all about perception. You always have people that's going to complain, that's going to be unhappy. Uh, that just people business, I guess. It's always going to be a little bit of that. Um, Oh, that's a good one. Why do you talk so much shit about drivers? Man, I don't. I only talk shit about the drivers that deserve it. Uh, Hustlers, no, I got their back. There is always going to be, like all these negative drivers making a lot of mistakes, not making right decisions, doing everything backwards. And once we start getting those negative results for their actions, um, we're gonna start blaming the company, the dispatcher, the Trump, Biden, you name it. It's all gonna go, it's all gonna be somebody else's fault, but not theirs. So I don't see it as complaining. I just see it as like maybe shitty driver fatigue, because I understand nobody wants to be pulling that cheap freight. Nobody is happy about it, especially coming out of Florida is never fun, even though it's Monday, guys, and you have to hit the road today if you're planning to make any sort of substantial amount of money as an owner operator. If you need more motivation, just always remember what you came here for. Not necessarily here to Voyager, but what you came here for. Like, what was the idea? Why did you buy a truck to begin with? Did you buy a truck to have more time off? Well, you made the biggest mistake in your life. Um, if you bought a truck to grow your business, now act like it, right? And that's it. Problem solved. So I'm not complaining about drivers. I'm just sometimes exposing those most common problems that drivers get themselves into, and then blame everybody else. So I'm just here to say to everybody who's about to jump in the industry, who is in the industry for the right reasons. I'm just saying, basically, my complaint means, yo, don't pay attention to all these naysayers. Don't pay attention to all these negative people that did not give trucking 100%, expected 120% from trucking, and now it's everybody else's fault. And usually these guys, we celebrate their driver position somewhere. So you always see, like, man, it was so bad, and now I'm a happy driver running for Swift. Come on, man, seriously? That's not like, this is not even a joke. So we tried, we bought a truck, we didn't hustle, then we failed, and then we blame everybody else for it. So I think that's not cool. That's not cool. By the way, if anybody could drop a comment on Facebook or TikTok, I really, really want to know if you guys can hear me okay, because today we have no microphones, and those two cameras distract me a little bit. So if the audio is total shit, I would probably be just shutting it off and calling it the day and just staying on YouTube. But if you're very sensitive when it comes down to audio, come on over on YouTube. YouTube is hooked up to this microphone, and problem going to be solved. Also, we are going to be answering all the questions. So, again, mostly on YouTube, because I'm not sure I can see the questions on TikTok and Facebook at the moment. But yes, so that's what's up. So I'm not talking shit. I'm supporting hustlers, and I'm exposing weak people with poor business mindset. All right, let's carry on. Why does Florida outbound pay trash? We just did a video on that on our channel. Let me see. Florida freight reality, why rates stay low, and how Voyager maneuvers it. So check it out. We talk about Florida rates, all the problems associated with Florida. It's basically, Florida is a consumer state. So we consume a lot. We don't produce much. It's a very old demographic. So like old, if we take all the people by their age, Florida is the oldest state in the union. So we got a lot of retirees here. All right. And I guess that concludes the questions. All right. Not the questions. Question. All right. How do you get better paying loads? I think most important thing is to have a strong relationship with your dispatcher. And I'm not talking about toxic relationship. I'm not talking about the relationship where, you have to pander to the dispatcher, or you have to do anything outside that's expected from you. I'm just saying, have a constructive business to business relationship with your dispatcher. For example, right now it's Monday. If you haven't talked to your dispatcher yet, it's already 9:16. If you haven't talked to your dispatcher yet, if you haven't made a plan, what's the goal for this week? How are you going to do this? How much money are you looking to make by the end of the week? Cover all the areas and everything else. If you haven't had that conversation, you're already not doing very good. If you already had that conversation, but you're still at home, I hope you're packing. I hope you're packing, because if you are not dispatched in about, I don't know, maybe 3-4 hours from now, Monday is going to be gone. And then you only got Tuesday left to start the week. And to really start the week, you got to be out in Georgia already for that game of trucking to even begin, if you're based out of Florida, right? And so imagine if you leave on Tuesday, and then you're going to be in Georgia Wednesday morning empty. How much time you got left? How are you going to hit $7,000 if you are sitting at $700 Wednesday morning? That's not very promising. So I would say have those conversations with your dispatcher, have a plan. If your dispatcher is unable to have a plan, talk to somebody above. If you are in one of those dispatch service predicaments, maybe you need to look for a better options. Maybe you need to talk to somebody who does a better job. Maybe you need to call 863-342-5171 and let me see, and talk to Nina, and she's gonna hook you up with the best dispatchers in the industry. So you're no longer wasting time. You're not no longer wasting money. You're actually making money. Going back to the first most important thing, doing what you came into the industry to do, to make money, right? um, and one more thing, don't be chasing top rate per mile. You gotta get obviously top rate per mile, but not based on your imaginary number, but based on the true market numbers. That means, what's a good load, right? If the market is paying $2 a mile for a certain lane, right? Let's say whatever. I'm not even gonna come up with some BS rate. Just from point A to point B, it pays $2 a mile today in this market, right? So if you're getting $2 a mile, you're the average. If you're getting under $2 a mile, your dispatcher is crap. You need a better place to be. If you're getting over $2 a mile or way over $2 a mile, you're in good shape. So just don't waste time, and that's it. Fix your echo. Thanks, man. The only problem is I don't know how to fix it. That's a challenge. Do I have a freaking man? I don't even know how to fix it. I'm just curious, how bad is the echo? If you can elaborate a little bit on that, that would be great. But if you want a better audio, just jump on the YouTube Super Trucker Podcast, and then you will be on this mic, so you will have a perfect audio. Because today I forgot the microphones. It's repeating 3-4 times. Oh shit, it's that bad, man. The only thing I can tell right now is jump on YouTube and you're gonna be able to watch this with perfect audio. But I really need to look into this because I have no idea why it does that. Maybe it's just reacting to like different devices and microphones plugged in. Maybe that's a thing. But yeah, you want a better audio, jump on YouTube, and tomorrow it will be fixed. I promise you. Tomorrow we're gonna be a little late. The video probably not gonna start until around 11 a.m. So just check back on that. Also, I'm monitoring the most of the comments. I'm monitoring on the YouTube. So if you want your questions answered, jump on YouTube. That will be perfect. All right. Then again, like sometimes, guys, I get quite a bit of hate. So you sound like you hate owner operators. No, that's wrong. I do not hate owner operators. I love owner operators. Uh, what I hate is the posers. I hate the people that buy a truck. We don't have a clue how the industry works, and then we start making every mistake in the book of mistakes. So let me just give you an example. Let's say during the orientation, right? The orientation is not there to waste time. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for the feedback. I guess the Facebook audio is good, so it's only TikTok that's suffering today. But, TikTok made in China. All right. Where was I? So I don't I don't hate owner operators. I hate posers, the people that buy a truck, make every mistake in the book. We come to the orientation. Orientation is made to actually to for you to learn the company. So, for example, here at Voyager, we're gonna break it down for you. How can you be the most effective owner operator and make the most money doing business with us? Different companies may have different ideas about business, but you will get the information what Voyager can do for you, what can you um, what can you get out of Voyager, out of your relationship with Voyager. And we're going to tell you exactly how to be effective. So nobody is going to sugarcoat anything. It's all going to be straightforward. Sometimes you may not like things because we do have some from time to time owner operators walking out of orientations. Like for example, hours of service, serious business, no messing around. It's we don't play those games. So for example, if some people that's a deal breaker, we would leave. We would go to, I don't know, some company. I've heard there are ELDs that you can fake your hours of service. Not here, man. We've been in business for a long time. We're putting our faces in front of the world, right here on social media. We got names attached to us. Like, no, that's not a good business. We in this for a long haul. We're not here to make quick cash and bounce out. You want some of that? There is plenty of companies out there just like that. But then one day, if you get hosted, you know, you know, you know who to blame. Because if a company is willing to do that, what else are we willing to do? How real is your rate confirmation? Are you sure it's real? And even if it is, are you sure you're getting paid? Right? So here we go. All right. So I hope that that answers the question. So you know, Voyager is not everybody's cup of tea. So just pick the company that's right for you. Learn what the company doesn't or doesn't. Ask the right questions, and it's okay to walk away for everybody. Sometimes we walk away. Sometimes the owner operator comes in and tries to bend the system of how we do business, and then it's not going to work. Simple as that. We're here for a business. We're here for a good business. We're not here to break rules, break laws. We're not here to risk everything that we work for over your stupid, 15 minutes that you cannot live without. Or, we've seen some owner operators, we cannot survive without ELD disconnects. Man, if you're one of these guys disconnecting the ELD, I know it sounds like fun and game to you right now. One little thing is gonna destroy your life forever. Just saying, you know. So when you say, sometimes I need to get home because family. I get it. I understand. From human perspective, I understand. From human perspective, I think hours of service should not exist. It should be all common sense. You're tired, go to bed. You're not tired, keep on going. No problem, right? However, we have to follow the rules, and that's it. Simple as that. So it's okay to walk away. It's okay for a company to walk away from you if if you're not a safe driver. It's gonna be best for everybody. There are plenty of crappy companies that's gonna be willing to bend every rule in the book for you, and then with the whole package that it comes with. All right. How do you handle broker cancellations? We hate them. We hate them a lot. Unfortunately, the tools in the industry is not really made for owner operators, for trucking companies. Most of the most of the programs like DAT and so on, all the tools, we are very, very broker focused. So if you cancel a load, you you will pay the price because the brokers will back each other up like it's not even funny. If you cancel, if we cancel a load, all you can do is just like get track order not use. That's it. There is no other repercussions. However, it really depends on the company that you work with. So here at Voyager, if we start seeing a broker that cancels loads too often, or or for example, sometimes it only take one cancellation for us to blacklist the broker. So for example, if we book a load and then the broker cancels with something like, oh, we got something cheaper to do this. That's it. We never gonna book a load with that broker ever again, because that should happens in the industry on both ends. So for example, sometimes your truck may break down, right? And it's not like you're canceling just for shits and giggles, right? You're canceling because your truck is down. And sometimes you know you get in traffic accident, this or that, things are happening, and that's just the cost of doing business. It will happen. Sometimes the broker will get canceled on them. So for example, the shipper miscalculated the loads or whatnot, and now that load that you were supposed to pick up is no longer even there. But there is a limit to everything. So if we start seeing some broker, like for example, TQL is a famous for it. We would tell you straight up. We would tell you, oh, my co-worker covered it for less. I mean, you want to do business with company like that, you go ahead, not us, because our loyalty is to owner operator. We're not here to waste anybody's time. So if the broker um, cannot run a nice, clean business, then we don't need to work with that broker, because that's a waste of time for everybody, and waste of money too, because uh, it's one thing to get a load canceled 2 days out, then no problem. What about if you have everything already set up, and now it's your Friday load to go home, and it picks up late in the afternoon? Man, those cancellations we do hurt. So if we see this as a normal broker practice, we're just gonna blacklist them, and that's it. We will not book any more freight with that broker. Uh, if you are a solo owner operator, let's say you run your own authority, right? You are the only person, in the company. You're the driver. You're booking freight and everything else. I would suggest to do the same thing. However, it's going to be a little harder for you to really weed out bad apples, because if you're gonna start, blacklisting everyone for any cancellation, at some point you will run out of some really good contacts. However, as a solo owner operator, it's going to be very difficult for you to have enough data to determine, man, this broker is not cool. Like we cancel way too much. Their internal culture is broken, because if like we look at the brokers as a business partners, so we do what we have to do to maintain the customer, and we do what we have to do to deliver freight. So it's our kind of like pro bono sales team. This is how I see it. But if the broker sees a trucking company or a trucker like expendable, that just oh, somebody did it for less, get lost, little guy. Man, I fucking hate that. Uh, we would we would never work with brokers like that. And we have a whole list of brokers that are blacklisted internally in house. But again, it would be a lot more difficult for one man army to weed out bad brokers. It's kind of like from time to time we have we get some dispatcher working for us, and then we start creating their own blacklist of customers and brokers. And guess what? 6 months in, we have nobody to book load with. Here we go. And obviously, we guard the main list because we don't allow just anybody to blacklist the broker. It has to be reviewed. We have to like really look into it to make sure it's not our fault, right? Because, for example, if the broker doesn't pay a track order not used, not a good business. But if we, for example, were late for a load and now that load is gone and now that broker doesn't want to pay track order not used, man, like we do not have a moral ground to say something. So it has to be fair both ways. So one thing that I would say, anytime you see any predatory rate confirmation, like for example, we're in special instructions, it's like a freaking fast food restaurant menu, like $100 for this, $200 for that, $50 for this, $75 for that. Man, just call them back and be like, listen, I can't do it against company policy. If you want to remove all those specific things, then please do be my guest. We would be happy to do this load for you. But if you can't, find somebody else, unfortunately, we cannot do it. And it works pretty well for us. So, it also sends a message to the other part of the industry because you got to say something. I know, especially in the last like 4, 5, 6 years, a lot of things changed because in 2020, 2021, maybe even 2022, there was a huge uptick in new trucking companies, and a lot of inexperienced people jumped into the industry as a one man army, right? And now we may not know how industry really functions, and we just accept all the BS from the brokers. So that if there is so many of these people accepting the abuse, at what point it becomes standard business practice? So if you see somebody like that, if you see a bad broker, just walk away. Walk away, mark them down, and don't do business with them. That's the best thing that you can really do. Or suffer through it. But then don't forget, it's not just you, it's the rest of the industry that is now shaping the industry into something else than what it was supposed to be. So if the brokers can get away with not paying track order not use, man, pretty soon that's not gonna be even seen as a problem. So here we go. All right, let's see. All right. Okay. Melvin Vendleton says, I like Mike's sense of reality. Some owner ops can't or won't take accountability to themselves, their business, or anyone else. Yes, that's what's up. It's not the hate. It's not like I'm talking shit to people. No, it just let's talk about reality. Like it's actually a lot more simple than people think, and a lot of times it's self-inflicted. That's all I can say. So I'm not hating you guys. I love you, every single one of you, especially if you list on to Voyager. By the way, if you're looking for the best trucking company east of Mississippi, 863-342-5171. Call Nina. She's standing by, and she will hook you up. And then maybe you're gonna be in a better position to where you don't have to watch TikToks on Monday morning, and can actually go out there and make money. How about that? All right. Why should they listen to a dispatcher with no CDL? Well, I'd love to see your CDL negotiate $500 layover. If that helps. I think we all have to do the best that we can do. So, for example, I believe my driving experience and owner operator experience helped me a lot becoming a dispatcher and becoming a solid dispatcher. Um, because I've been there, done it, it makes it really much, much easier. But man, like, not everybody is a salesman. Not everybody is going to be able to sell you something. And your dispatcher needs to be a salesman. He needs to know how to talk to the broker. He needs to know how to get a better rate. He can't be shy asking for more money, and he has to be firm enough to convey the message to the owner operator as well. Because every time you see the dispatcher who's pandering, there is going to be no success there for nobody, for owner operator or the dispatcher. It's a cutthroat business. So the harsher your dispatcher is, obviously, I'm not talking about some lunatic, I'm talking about business wise harsher, unafraid to tell you things how we are for real, because that same dispatcher that sometimes kick your ass a little bit is going to do the same thing with a broker when he is fighting on your behalf. Your dispatcher is your partner. It's not a lot of drivers see them as useless uh, mouthpieces, but that's not the case. You may have a useless dispatcher, but then it better not be at Voyager. And if you do have somebody like that at Voyager, let me know. We'll take care of it a lot faster than you would imagine. All right. Why don't you help me pay for tires? Welcome to entrepreneurship, Mr. Businessman. That's your tires. We pay for our tires. You pay for your tires. All of our trailer tires are covered by Voyager, unless you rip them apart or something. Like, for example, sidewall damage, shit like that. Yeah, that's gonna be on you. But anything else, blow out, wear out, no problem. As long as you communicate, that's on us. So your tires are on you. As a businessman, you need to be ready. You need to be saving money. You need to act like a business. You're no longer an employee. You're no longer a driver. You are a businessman. So as a businessman, budget your own business. Plan your cash flow. Plan your finances. Man, I can't even, like, how do you gonna, like, how are you going to explain the owner operator during the onboarding process? When we were installing the ELD, we popped the panel off and everything else, and I see the oil in the electrical, like, department where all the fuses are, all the wires, everything else, pretty much in the brain of the company, not the brain, the heart of the business of the truck. And now I'm like, bro, before I put it back, do you want to at least, like, clean it up? What the hell is going on here? And the guy's like, no, like, we had, like, some blowout or whatever, like the engine blew, so there was some oil coming in, I guess, or something. Man, that oil, and between in that in the brain of the truck is not gonna end good. Just saying. And then when I'm suggesting for him to actually look at it and clean it up, because on our end everything is kind of good, truck is DOT legal, no problem. But something like this is going to become a problem very, very quickly. So now this individual says, "No, man, not right now. Right now I don't have a money yet. So I want to start making money, and then I'm gonna take care of that." I'm like, man, if you're gonna have an opportunity, because if you don't do anything right now, it may become a bigger problem very, very soon. And the guy brushes it off like not a big deal. Okay, cool, that's your truck, not my problem, right? However, on soon as he gets out, goes straight into the chrome shop and starts chroming up. So the guy doesn't have money or patience or will to at least try to somehow mediate that issue that he has in that under that dash. But he's the first one in line in the chrome shop, and he said he had no money. Okay. Well, that obviously did not last very, very long. I think that whole thing probably lasted less than a month, and then pretty much the truck started having all kinds of problems, and that was it. But if your priorities are chrome, then you get what you ask for. All right. How do I avoid broker scams? Very easy. Well, not so easy, but easy. So a couple of things. Number one, always check the credit. So for the most part, if you run under your own authority, you probably have a factoring company. So factoring companies, we're gonna give you an options to run credit. Some of them do better than others. So I'm not here to promote anybody. So really don't care who you choose. But I've seen some credit checks really, really good, at least to my liking. Other credit checks not so good. But number one thing is check the credit. Number two, pay attention to the email. So, for example, if the rate confirmation comes from Gmail or Yahoo or whatever else, that's a potential red flag. You can always, once you get a rate confirmation, don't use the phone number on the rate confirmation. Google the broker and use the phone number on the Google listing, and then call them and ask about this load. Be like, yo, this is Johnny with Johnny's Trucking. We just booked a load with you guys, and I want to verify. Want to make sure this is not like a double brokered load or anything like that. We will be more than happy to help you, because this is cancer of the industry. Like anytime somebody is double brokering or somebody is trying to defraud you, we're also trying to defraud the broker as well. Because for the most part, if the bad people successful, everyone is gonna get hurt. The carrier, in some cases owner operator, the broker, the shipper, everyone is gonna get hurt. It's not gonna be a good day for nobody, and somebody will double pay. So nobody likes to be in those situations. However, if you're already involved in one of those situations, don't be a donkey for everybody to freaking ride. Stand your ground. It's everybody's job to weed bad people out. If you were like if you got a double brokered load, remember, it's not just your responsibility to catch a bad guy. You may be the smartest of everyone in the chain. However, it's also broker's responsibility. Broker has responsibility for their customer to actually vet the carriers, and that would be that should be enough to weed out all the double brokers. So it's that. Do the credit check. Pay attention to small details. Also, if it's not you that's calling the broker, if the broker is calling you, be extra cautious, because now you didn't even see it posted through DAT attached to that name, or sometimes the broker would give you a MC number, and then it's not a good MC number, and now you're asking, hey, it's not a good MC number, and we're gonna give you something else, and now it's a different company. Don't just brush it off. All these details are extremely telling, so pay attention. Pay attention to details, and you're gonna be all right. So if you do your part, it's almost impossible uh, to get in trouble like that. But you have to do some legwork too. It's not just like simple credit check, because if you are being defrauded by somebody who is acting like C.H. Robinson, it's not C.H. Robinson's fault that that you didn't check, because it may not even be their load. That's something else to consider. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, guys, quick reminder, please like, share, subscribe. Come on, give me some likes on YouTube. We only have like 3 likes. We had like a little bit more than 3 people watching, but like we got only 3 likes. Come on, 4 likes. Thank you very much. Here we go. That's a proof that begging for for likes actually works, man. So anybody else on the Facebook, YouTube, hit that like button. Let's make me famous. How about that? I know it sounds a little cocky, but it's okay. All right. What's your opinion on force dispatch? I don't know. It depends. Um, I'd say if you're an owner operator, that's, I don't know, like it's less than ideal to be under force dispatch. However, if you choosing, between constantly making bad decisions that gives you less than ideal results, or force dispatch, I'd say force dispatch is better. By the way, check this out, guys. 8 likes already on the YouTube. See, asking for likes actually does work. So here we go. Who would have figured? All right. So it just depends. I do not think it's kind of like speed governor for a truck. If you're an owner operator, right? If you have self control, you don't need it. But if you can't control yourself, then here we go. Now you need a governor as an owner operator. Like that sounds like almost like a joke to me. But man, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Sometimes we come across amazing people. Bless their heart. You seem like an asshole. Hey, thank you. Honesty beats bankruptcy. All right. How do I survive a slow week? Well, don't allow slow week to affect your outcome. Anything goes wrong, it's not over. Next. Always like the load got canceled. Don't get worked out and just like call, and now you're calling your dispatcher and telling him to send you home. No, man, this is not how this business works. You grab a next load and you carry on. You get the most out of it every single time. So uh, pay attention to that. I think that's an important piece. And remember, if the week is going good, don't be just like hitting your goal. When you hit your goal, always consider, what about that week that's going to be slow? If you uh, did much better than just your goal a couple of weeks in a row, and now you have a slow week, that slow week is no longer as problematic. However, you still wanna do as much as you can, because if you didn't work hard 2 weeks prior, uh, just to ruin it all on a slow week. No, you're always fighting for more. That's the name of a game. That's just running a business. Remember, you're no longer a driver. You are a businessman, and pushing for more. That's the name of a game. Because sometimes, all right, slow week with bad situations happening. Maybe that's something that's in your control still, where you can take another load or squeeze in an extra load and still cover for all your losses. There are going to be some weeks when it's not going to be an option. For example, your truck breaks down. That's no longer an option. So if you do not have, an imaginary credit from your previous weeks, uh, it's going to be tough. But this is why it's very, very important. Anytime it goes well, do as much as you can, because you are doing it for yourself. You're doing this for your own business, not for me, not for anybody else, not for your dispatcher, not for your company. You are doing it for yourself. Don't forget that. All right. How do you make money out of Florida? Well, let me tell you. You better be under load in the next 2 hours, because it's Monday. Monday is the most important day of the week. If you're not hitting the road today, let me predict the future a little bit. If you're not gonna hit the road today, uh, Wednesday morning you're gonna be sitting in Georgia with $700 in your pocket. So how are you ever gonna get to 7,000 if you on Wednesday morning at 700? Just saying. All right, guys, please click like, share, subscribe. Also, if you are a known operator based out of Florida, give us a call, 863-342-5171. We're here to help. We're here to help you move your business to the next level. Also, don't forget, drop a comment below. We're going to answer all the questions during live, and any questions that you guys going to leave in the comments after the live is over, we will pick them up and we will answer them in the next live. Let me see what they got here. All right, I guess nothing there. How about that? All right. So you gotta, out of Florida, you gotta move fast. Get out of Florida as quickly as you can. Tuesday morning, you want to be in Georgia, South Carolina, or Alabama. Um, and that's the name of the game. And then work with your dispatcher. Have a plan, and every week, no matter what, reach or beat the plan. Even if emotionally it feels counterproductive, the harder life hits you, the harder you have to push back. All right. Well, let's see what else I got here. Can I bring my own trailer? Absolutely. Just make sure it's not older than 10 years old. Your trailer, your business, whatever fits your business, it's not a problem. We welcome other people's trailers, as long as it's not a rust bucket, and as long as it's no older than 10 years old. We can, from case by case, we can play that game a little bit with an older trailer that is still in a very good shape. However, just telling you up front, you will have some problems at some customers, because you will get those loads denied to you because of the age of the trailer. Usually our dispatchers, we do pretty good job sorting this out, so you don't run into these problems on a regular basis. However, just for the sake of your business, to be effective, to make money, you gotta have the best trailer that you can have, or just use carrier's trailer. Again, it depends who is the carrier that you pulling for. Here at Voyager, we do not have anything on our fleet right now that's older than, I would say, 21. So pretty much, historically speaking, company never had a single trailer older than 5 years old. So all of our trailers come in brand spanking new, top of the line with all bells and whistles, tire inflation system made right, you name it. Like it's all there, plated and so on. Uh, if you have one of those trailers like that, you're good to go for at least 10 years. And then I would say if you picking between Rust bucket or using Carrier's trailer, use Carrier's trailer because you're gonna be in a better shape. However, if you're in the position, get your own. If especially if you're running a lot, if you're one of those hard hitting owner operators, having your own trailer is going to help you. It's gonna add some expense, but it's really gonna help you. All right. So it's not a problem. Bring them in. We'll ride them until wheels fall off. Just kidding. All right. What if I don't like your dispatcher? What about it? Well, you'll have an option to choose. So if it's reasonable, sometimes it's just personality issues. We see that so often. Not a big deal. Let us know. Nobody is gonna get pissed off about it or anything like that. There is gonna be no daddy issues here. It's just going to be simple. All right. Well, here's a different dispatcher for you. But like, just don't be that guy that been with a company for a month and already worked with every single dispatcher in the company. Then then you need to look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror really, really deep. Um, why do owner operators fail? Well, ego, laziness, poor planning, wrong understanding about the business, buying a wrong truck, uh, just being too wishful for the business that trucking is. Trucking is a very, very hard, very expensive business of tough people. So if you cannot handle tough, uh, you may fail. However, I never seen an owner operator who gave it 100% fail. Not once. But I've seen a lot of owner operators who failed and we thought that we are giving 100%, but we didn't. We were giving, I don't know, like 20% at best. So if you do the right thing, you will be all right in any market. Sometimes it's going to be tough, but at the end of the day, you will be able to push through. You're going to be able to make it happen regardless. Just don't make those stupid mistakes. Like, for example, not going out on Mondays because you don't feel like it. Okay, that's a stupid reason to, that's gonna get you one step closer to failure. Uh, you know, because if you're this guy not going out on Monday, by the way, just a reminder, today is Monday, guys. Chop chop, let's go make some money. If you are not going out today and you're only gonna hit the road out of Florida, let's say tomorrow. Wednesday morning, you're sitting in Atlanta with $700 on your spreadsheet, and now you need to be home Friday morning because it's your goldfish's birthday. How much money are you gonna make? Let me know in the comments below. All right. Why is your trailer rent so cheap? Well, it's not cheap. It's not cheap because it's not cheap, nor it is a gimmick. Uh, you may see it as cheap because we say you only have to pay $50 a week trailer maintenance fee. So that's only trailer maintenance. The trailer and everything else is included in the 2575 break. So what we're saying is, you get a top of the line trailer. Okay. Okay. Man, freaking TikTok is playing games with me. Just shut off my audio. All right. Where was it? Totally forgot, man. Totally forgot. So it's not cheap. It's just all inclusive. So when you look at the breakdown 2575, everything is included. We are not one of the carriers that's gonna nickel and dime you. That's going to confuse you with very very nice sounding split, but a million fees and everything else. Now, with us, you're only going to see a couple of things, which is going to be a clean split, plates if you need it, escrow, and $50 a week trailer maintenance fee. And you get a top of the line trailer for that with zero. Um, with zero expenses if you do the right thing, meaning that you don't physically break it. All right. All right, so I think that concludes an hour. I didn't finish everything, but I'll leave a little bit for tomorrow. So, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Drop me a like. Very important thing, as we just learned during this live, that asking for thumbs up is actually helping because people actually react. So I appreciate all of your support, guys. This is Monday. It's time to hit the road. Don't waste any more money. Call your dispatcher, make a plan, hit the road today. Don't be waiting until tomorrow or the after tomorrow. That's not a winning strategy. Winning strategy is to start on Monday or as soon as you can. Anyway, if you're looking for a best tracking company east of Mississippi for owner operators, give us a call 863-342-5171. Let me see. Today, talk to Nina. Any other day, Nina, Christian, we are here to help, and we will take care of all your business needs. So, guys, be safe out there. Get off that couch. Let's go trucking. Let's go make some money, and be safe out there. I'll talk to you tomorrow, probably sometime after 11 a.m. because I have something very, very important to do tomorrow morning. All right, guys, be safe, and we'll talk. We'll talk tomorrow. Bye. Okay. And now, okay.